In other news, on this Monday morning, the corruption trial of former State Security Minister Bongani Bongo expected to begin in the Western Cape High Court today. Bongo allegedly tried to bribe the evidence leader of Parliament's 2017 Eskom inquiry. He's currently out on bail. This is the first of two corruption trials that Bongo is facing. My colleague, that's reporter Lindsay Dentlinger, is with us this hour from outside court to set the scene for us this morning. Lindsay, good morning. What do we expect to take place in court today?
Good morning, Dan. I'm quickly going to step out of shot because Bongani Bongo has just arrived at court. That's him there in the black suit with the bag in the hand and scrolling through his cell phone at the steps of the Western Cape High Court. I asked if he would speak to us, but he said to say what. So what we do expect today, though, Dan, this is the start of what's set down for 9 days, although he is only facing a single charge with alternate charges in terms of the Corruption Act. And what we do expect is for him to be asked to plead to that charge this morning. And whether we'll get to the start of witnesses remains to be seen. As you know, there are always all kinds of legal hurdles that can be presented. But we know that we don't know exactly, how long that witness list might be. But it is quite clear that we will have to hear from the former, the evidence leader of that Eskom inquiry that was held in Parliament from 2017, and to whom Bongani Bongo, the former State Security Minister and now the portfolio chairperson of the Home Affairs Committee, is accused of offering a bribe to collapse that inquiry.
Yeah, and I mean, he's there on his own. Looks like he's on his own. Interesting how it's appearing. You could read a lot into that. But from what you have seen so far, we've only seen him alone. He just walked away from behind you there. Are there any other people who have an interest in this case who might be present today?
Well, we haven't seen any present today, Dan. As you pointed out in previous appearances when this case was first put before the Cape Town Magistrates Court, he did have quite a strong following of supporters and also those who spoke on his behalf. But as you're saying, appearing alone here today. But Dan, I think the timing of the start of this trial, given what has unfolded at the NEC over the weekend, is really telling at this time. And I think the timing couldn't be worse for Bongani Bongo. You will recall that when this NEC made a decision last year already that those implicated in corruption should step aside, he first committed to do so. And then it wasn't very long afterwards he did an about turn, and he still continues to chair the Portfolio Committee on Home Affairs in Parliament. And so we should also point out that this is not the only case that he's facing. Certainly it is the first for which he has been charged. He's also facing corruption charges in Mpumalanga. And so I think he will particularly be feeling the heat today in light of decisions taken over the weekend and the president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, saying that the guidelines now that they are refining with the branches in the provinces require people like Bongani Bongo who are implicated in corruption to step aside until these matters are ironed out. So I think he will be feeling it extra today, all the eyes on him, given those announcements over the weekend.
Yeah, and just to remind our viewers that this particular court case is about the alleged bribe that he allegedly offered the evidence leader of Parliament's Eskom 2017 inquiry. Thank you very much, Lindsay Dentlinger, outside the Western Cape High Court.